Thanks, Craig. Pleased to be joined now by former Vice President of Officiating Mike Pereira. Mike, let's get to Orlando Franklin, who's part of the Broncos offensive line that has not given up a sack in the postseason. Can they keep this up against the best defense in the NFL?
Well, I mean, Orlando Franklin and the line has done an awesome job, but the reason they've done it is because take a look at the stats. I mean, Peyton Manning gets rid of the ball in 2.36 seconds. That's faster than anybody in the league. And so you eliminate a lot of pressure and a lot of sacks. And I think you have to look at it and say, really, what's more critical here, sacks or pressure? And I think pressure is just about as important as the actual sack itself to try to get Manning out of the pocket. But here's the thing, Seattle's going to press. They're going to press on the corners. They're going to press the wideouts. When they try to go to their crossing routes, they're going to ride them in that first 5 yards, which is, I think, is going to cause Peyton to have to hold on to the ball a little bit longer to get his receivers clear. So then, can the line, really, can they hold up for that period of time? Because look at Peyton's stats. I mean, if you look at Peyton's stats, it's amazing. He's got 70% completion rate in the pocket, 50% completion rate outside the pocket. Now, everybody has a little bit less once they leave the pocket, but that's a pretty big number. He doesn't like to throw on the run. He doesn't like to throw under pressure. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not the line can hold up for that little extra time that he's going to need.
The Broncos defense has also done a nice job throughout the postseason without arguably their best player in Von Miller. Can this group slow down the person known as beast mode in Marshawn Lynch?
Yeah, I think they can, and I think the name that has not been thrown around as much as it should be. We're talking about Michael Bennett, all these different defensive ends, the pressure up the middle. Jack Del Rio. I mean, Jack Del Rio certainly a head coach in Jacksonville for a long time, filled in when John Fox had his heart surgery this year. I think Jack's done a phenomenal job, and I think what he's going to do is he's going to focus on Lynch. I think he'll probably forget about the passing game because I think Wilson has struggled, and I don't think his receivers, who some say are not respected enough with Baldwin and Golden Tate, I just don't think they're really that type of game. They're not going to win unless Marshawn Lynch has the type of game he needs to have. Now, the question's going to be, to me, is, will Seattle stay with it like they did last week against San Francisco? I mean, or 2 weeks ago, actually. They make the commitment to run, and they did it with Lynch against San Francisco. What he ran for 12 times for 33 yards in the first half was bottled up, but in the second half, broke loose. 10 times, 76 yards, a touchdown. So it's going to be up to Jack Del Rio to make sure that his guys are dialed in for 60 minutes to make sure that they stop Lynch.
Mike, you spent a lot of years in the league office. Is this kind of surreal to you, what's going on in Super Bowl Boulevard and the whole ambiance of Super Bowl week?
It's surreal from the standpoint is that it's cold.
Yeah.
We're going to play an outdoor Super Bowl in a cold weather area of the country. I always said, I don't care where we play. This is great. I don't care where we play, but we got to be able to take my golf clubs, which means it's got to be warm for the week that we're here. It's certainly not the case here. But if you're going to have a game, I think, in a cold weather city, and New York is magnificent. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely magnificent, and the energy here is crazy. I lived here for 12 years. They embrace it, and I think it's going to be great. That being said, I'm not so sure I want to look to going to Buffalo for the next Super Bowl or, and have it be outdoors in Buffalo or Minnesota like they're talking about. But it's just magic here.